When Michael Jordan played in Chicago, the crowd just went crazy to another decibel level. And I'd get the chills every time. He played with such a fury. He was electric on the court. Before the Shrug game, the game against Portland in the NBA Finals, the public relations people couldn't find Michael. The reason was he was on the court taking three-point shots, and he was not noted as a three-point shooter. We asked him about it. He said, well, you know, you never know when a three-point shot might come in handy. Obviously, he had figured something out, that he was going to surprise them, but you have to hit the shots. This incredible onslaught of threes takes place in the first half, and he hit 6 of them. That was unheard of at that time for anyone. He looks over at our broadcast table and gives that shrug. And I think what I took out of that most, it showed his humility, that he could not believe that he hit 6 three-pointers. That was, I thought, one of the incredible moments in playoff history. I would have to go with Jordan as the GOAT.
Playing in the NBA Finals, motivation is a given. But if bulletin board material carries weight, the Blazers have plenty. The defending champion Bulls have added their voices to a chorus casting Portland as a paper tiger with talent to burn but unable to stick to a winning script. Now, can the Blazers shred that narrative and write their own championship chapter?
A look at the beautiful fountain of the Great Lakes in Grant Park as the Bulls look to pour it on against the Blazers. Now it's time to hear the starting lineup from tonight's PA announcer, Ray Clay. And David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Mike, a Blazers team that some have questioned. What is their mentality?
Well, they've made it clear. They're out to prove a point that they're ready for this moment and that they can deliver in the clutch.
And the two leading stars for these teams. Clark, it's Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan. Their games invite comparison, I think.
They sure do, Kevin. A lot of similarities when you look at them, from their age to the versatility and athleticism of their games. Air Jordan and Clyde the Glide, both cleared for takeoff.
On the floor for Portland, it'll be Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler in the backcourt. Up front, Jerome Kersey is at small forward, Buck Williams at the 4. Handling the low post is Kevin Duckworth. For the Bulls, Bill Cartwright is at the center. Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant man the front court. John Paxson is at the point. And, of course, at off guard, it'll be Michael Jordan.
And the Blazers certainly motivated to answer their detractors. That's a question they know can't be answered with words, but rather with their performance on the floor.
Out to the wing. Paxson against Drexler. Jordan is doubled. Back to Paxson. Portland grabs the miss. And Clark, the Blazers like to play a much faster pace than the Bulls.
Certainly, Kevin, they will be looking to push the tempo. You can count on that. And that could help them with their execution, in my mind. Much simpler pushing the ball with a numbers advantage than going against the set half-court defense.
A great scouting report. From deep, Jordan off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And in my mind, the most fascinating individual matchup in this series is Drexler going up against Michael Jordan. Jordan's going to have his work cut out on the defensive end.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more, Coach. Yeah, you know, MJ's guarding the guy who's averaging 27 points a game in the playoffs in Drexler. So he's going to have to really do a lot of work at both ends of the floor.
Drexler passes to Porter.
Chicago foul. John Paxson. First personal foul. First team foul.
Duckworth passes to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers.
Such a skillful passer. Porter has a great sense for when and where to send the ball.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Like, one thing with this matchup, Terry Porter has really struggled against the Bulls in the past.
Definitely not a good sign for the Blazers. Porter's one of their most important players. They need him to come up big in this series.
And here's Porter following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Drexler scanning the floor. Back to Porter. 5 to shoot. Drexler dishes to Duckworth. It's deflected.
The length of Butler. 7'1", disruptive.
Porter against Paxson. And there's the pass to Jordan. There's the three. Tying an NBA Finals record in a half. Michael Jordan with his third three, providing an early lift for the Chicago Bulls. And Mike, after his poor shooting night last time out, everyone wondering how Michael Jordan will respond tonight.
Okay, we'll see very shortly. Sometimes that only helps to fire him up. Opponents are scared of Jordan coming off a bad game. He goes out there trying to prove himself all over again.
And usually is successful. Here's Pippen. Portland making their last shot. No good from Grant. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Kersey with the ball. Now defended by Grant. Drexler inside. Pippen on him.
You expect to get 2 points there. A little unlucky for them.
Jordan against Drexler. Up top, Jordan. 9 points in the game so far. And Williams pulls it down. And one thing the Bulls have been relying on is Jordan's scoring, Clark, in the post.
That's been a bit of a surprise tactic for them in the playoffs, and it's paid dividends. More and more, they're setting up Jordan on the block. We'll see if they stick with that tonight.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. And that sends Michael Jordan to the free throw line. It's going to go on Clyde Drexler. Chicago shooting their first foul shot of the night. Chicago making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Cartwright. Livingston comes in for Horace Grant. Armstrong subbed in for John Paxson. Free throw good, Jordan.
And the athleticism of Jordan is out of this world. Simply just an incredible player who does whatever he wants on offense.
Now, here is Ainge. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. Shoots over Jordan. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
You let him get going early, that can be real trouble.
Pretty clean look from mid-range, and he'll knock those down.
Here's Livingston. Bryant defending. And here's Jordan. The 4 3-pointer falls for Jordan. The NBA Finals record is 6. He's knocking on the door and getting oh so close.
It's actually hard to believe that since their title in 1978, the Blazers have only missed the playoffs once. How about consistency there? Unfortunately, they're still looking for that second championship ring.
Yeah, Portland hasn't been at their best when the stakes are high. Maybe this is the year they finally get to raise the trophy again.
Now, here's Pippen. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the rebound goes to Ainge.
He's a solid mid-range shooter, but just wasn't able to knock that one down.
Here's Peck on the money with the open jumper.
Good for about 1 per game. Ainge finds his open man easily there.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Jordan deciding where to go with it. That triple gives Jordan 5. Michael Jordan is just 1 3-pointer away from an NBA Finals record. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's Pat. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the way up.
And in the run-up to this series, Phil Jackson really tried to establish a mental edge. His comments about the Blazers were pretty scathing.
I don't think there's a coach that's been any better at jabbing the other team. We know how Phil Jackson operates. The Blazers, though, are a tested and veteran team. Phil's remarks possibly could backfire, being just what the Blazers need to get out to a fast start.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Trailblazers making a switch here. Duckworth is checked in.
At the line for your Bulls, Michael Jordan, shooting 1.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Putting it down with some power.
Wow, a true rim rattler.
Yeah, going up strong with both hands.
Jordan outside. Launches it. Williams trying to break free. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
The ball sailing out of bounds. Not the offensive possession they were hoping for.
Here's Pat. Robinson left side. And so it's the Chicago Bulls bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. Back right after this.
14.
We welcome you back for the second quarter of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Tremendous action so far between the Bulls and the Trailblazers. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Portland. 7-point differential.
And with Jordan leading the way, the Bulls won their first title last year. I'm not sure they'll have to wait long for another one.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Porter is out there with Drexler. And there's Bryant, then there's Kersey, and it's Duckworth in at the center position.
Great energy from Duckworth, staying active and alert on the offensive boards.
The Bulls leading by 5. And here's Armstrong, and they pick up 2. And when we talk about Jordan, we're talking about a man, Clark, in the prime of his career, at the very top of his game.
Yeah, one of the best we've ever seen, Kevin. I wouldn't doubt the Larry O'Brien trophy lives in the Bulls trophy case for a few more years. I mean, the Blazers might not want to hear that, but it could very well happen.
Now, here's Jordan. 21 points in the game. And they double up Jordan. Pippen outside. Shot clock at 6. Grant for 3. That one, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Mike, I'd say any questions about Jordan's bad wrist have now been answered.
It's not affecting him at all, and he's taking advantage of some really soft Portland D. By the look of it, MJ's going to make this a long night for the Blazers.
Now here's Porter. Drexler left side. Shoots over Jordan. And it's Drexler missing. Chicago leading by 7. Now Armstrong. Down low. Williams trying to break free. Armstrong gets the bucket. Armstrong's got 4 points in the quarter.
When your point guard like Armstrong is able to score inside, that does add another element to your offense.
Right side, Bryant. Pass to Drexler. Here's Duckworth. Chicago grabs the miss. And the Bulls not going to Jordan in the post as much as we've seen Clark throughout these playoffs.
And Kevin, that might be by design. I mean, the Bulls have sent MJ into the post so many times. This might be a little wrinkle that Phil Jackson has in store for the Blazers.
That's a good point. That wouldn't surprise me. And while we have a chance, let's send it over to David Aldridge, courtside.
Thanks, guys. In this series, of course, everyone's looked forward to that head-to-head matchup between Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler. Now, Jordan's defense is going to be a key role, maybe more so than it was in their last series. Cleveland's backcourt doesn't have the firepower that Drexler brings, and it's Jordan's job to slow him down. We'll see if he's up to it, guys. Back to you.
We will indeed. Okay, Dave, thank you very much. Mike, we all know how much Michael Jordan enjoys a challenge, and he's got a challenge in front of him right now.
And I think he's already enjoying it. For as much attention as his offense gets, he can anchor this team with his defense as well.
Good point. Here is Porter after the made shot from Scottie Pippen. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. And once again, the Bulls defense stifling Porter. Tying the NBA Finals record. Michael Jordan with an exceptional display of shooting. That was his 6th three-pointer in this game. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Chicago making some changes. King comes in for Williams. And it's Paxson in for Armstrong. And then for the Trailblazers, Williams, he's checked in for Bryant. Robinson comes in for Kersey. And Pack subbed in for Terry Porter. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And right away, we can see the one-on-one battle, Mike, between Jordan and Drexler is going to take center stage.
And not in the way Clyde wanted. Jordan's been toying with him. If this is how their matchup is going to go, the Blazers are in trouble.
Big trouble. The Trailblazers shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And the Bulls might be a little short on the bench. Craig Hodges has been limited with a bad ankle.
Paxson kicks to Pippen. Back to Paxson. To the middle. Here's Grant. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts. And Clark is for Hodges. He might not play a lot of minutes now with that injury, but he certainly, when he does, he's a catalyst for them.
Yeah, Kevin, he's really an instant offense guy. I mean, he can come in and knock down big three-pointers if the offense needs it, but unfortunately, the Bulls might not have that usual spark of his off the bench.
Now, here is Jordan. And they double up Jordan to the wing right side. For 3, Paxson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Paxson's got himself on the board with 3 there. Drexler outside. Pass to Pack. Back to Drexler. Dishes it to Duckworth. And he uses the glass on the layup. Duckworth's got 4 points in the quarter.
Hey, this is a pretty funny story you think about it. After Chicago drafted Jordan in 1984, he flew into town, but they didn't have anybody at the airport to pick him up. A chauffeur at the airport recognized him and offered him a ride. I bet you the Bulls figured out how to take better care of Jordan after that.
Drexler up top. He's defended by Jordan. Out to the right wing. Here's Pack, guarded by Paxson, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Hey, height is just a number when you play with his tenacity and force inside.
An absolute fearless approach by him to get the score.
Now here's Pippen. Back to Paxson. Passes it to Grant. Jordan outside. Fires the three. The roof here in Chicago is going to blow off. Michael Jordan just collected his 7th shot from beyond the three-point line. That's an NBA Finals record.
That is how you use the bounce.
Wow, frees himself up for the slam.
Just a tremendous individual effort.
And that one drops for him. And the Bulls lead by 20.
The Bulls continue to share the ball. They're unselfish, active, and finding points easily at the moment.
Here's Pack. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Pack's got 14 points.
It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Bulls out front. They lead by 18. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome into the third quarter here in Chicago, folks. The Bulls in pursuit of their 2nd consecutive NBA title. A win here in Game 1 would go a long way toward making that happen. Trailblazers trail by 18.
And I don't know how Michael Jordan can follow up that performance in the first half. But we'll find out.
We've got Cartwright. Michael Jordan is out there with John Paxson. Then there's Grant, and it's Pippen in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Now here's Porter. 4 on the shot clock. Drexler's shot is off. One of the great halves in NBA history, Clark, shattering some league records in the process.
And you know what, Kevin? Portland's got to be terrified. I mean, we thought his wrist might affect him. Instead, Jordan looks now like he's never been better.
He's incredible. Porter against Paxson. They swipe it. And Jordan, Mike, is just tormenting the Blazers from three-point range.
It's going to take a much sharper effort from Portland defensively. They can't give Jordan an inch of room on the perimeter anymore.
Jordan is doubled. Paxson kicks to Pippen. The three. Rebounded by Duckworth. Duckworth's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside, Porter. And it's slammed in by Duckworth.
With energy and anticipation at playoff levels, I'd expect there might be a little more up and down transition basketball.
Now here's Paxson. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And Jordan has it in the corner. This is unbelievable. 8 3-pointers from Michael Jordan. And the Blazers seem to have no answer. Jordan against Drexler. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about this, guys? If the Blazers had taken Jordan in that 84 draft, their backcourt could have been MJ and Clyde the Glide Drexler. How about that for a twosome?
Ryan is checked in for Duckworth. Mike, the 84 draft is rehashed and looked at from every way, but it is scary to think, isn't it, about that guard combination in Portland had they drafted Michael Jordan.
Well, the West had so many strong centers back then, you can't blame Portland for taking a big. But it would have been a lot of fun, Kev, to see MJ and Drexler team up.
For future Hall of Famer. Williams, he's checked in for the Bulls. Armstrong comes in for Paxson.
Watching Clyde the Glide move, could you imagine a better nickname for him?
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And an easy call for the officials there.
Yeah, don't argue that whistle. Pretty obvious.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Michael Jordan, shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And the Bulls have talked a lot about the Blazers being soft late in games. It'll be interesting to see how they respond if a game gets tight.
And so Jordan nails both of them. And it was surprising, wasn't it, Clark, to see how open Phil Jackson was in criticizing the Trailblazers.
Yeah, it was a little bit, but Phil is not known to bite his tongue, and as a player, that could eat at you a little bit, and perhaps the team as well. Opponents can criticize your system, but start calling guys weak mentally, and that can really strike a nerve.
I agree.
Fighting to keep the play going, grabbing the board and sending it right back.
Jordan is doubled over Drexler. Jordan can't get it to go. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 13. Drexler's gone 2 of 7 from the floor here. Armstrong kicks to Jordan. Over to the left wing. From downtown, Portland grabs the miss. I could think the Bulls may be in Porter's head. He's having a hard time getting anything going.
I don't think you can discount it, Kevin. He's a totally different shooter against this team. In all 3 of their meetings this year, his field goal percentage nowhere near its normal level.
Another night, another electric performance by Mike. Where does it end?
On the wing, Porter. He's covered by Armstrong. Porter passes to Kersey. Porter against Armstrong. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Kersey taking things into his own hands with that alley-oop. Lob it his way, and he's going to make it happen.
Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Cartwright, and he makes good on his first shot of the game.
Not nearly tough enough defense inside. They made that all too easy for him.
And the matchup between Jordan and Drexler. Mike is not going how the Blazers wanted it to.
This could be a long series for Drexler. Jordan's not one to let up when he's got a guy on the ropes.
Yep, Porter. And no good that time. Excellent D there from Williams. The Bulls leading by 15. Inside. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by Pippen. That's 36 points for Jordan.
Some contact will hold Jordan at bay. He gets aggressive and gets through it.
Cloak loose. Outside, Porter. Chicago grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Driving to the basket. Good work defensively by Drexler. Trailblazers trail by 17. And the pass to Kersey. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Offensive rebound. Outside, Drexler. Back to Williams. He feeds it to Drexler, and finished off by Drexler.
Superb vision that time by Williams.
Chicago leading by 15. Pippen outside. Drexler against Jordan. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The tray. This is truly sensational. Michael Jordan's long-range shooting beyond containment. And this arena is loving every moment of it. And the shot goes down. Porter's got his second bucket of the night.
How about the balance from Porter? Showing some grit fighting through the contact.
Here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Even with the score where it is, he just keeps coming.
And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for the Bulls. He's cashed in 9 times from beyond the arc this game. Who knows how many threes he'll wind up with. We'll return shortly. Welcome back as we get set for the fourth quarter action here in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Portland and Chicago both trying to jump out to an early lead in this series.
And guys, I don't think there's a better crowd in sports than this Bulls crowd. They can make it deafening in here.
Chalk up 2 there.
Clean mid-range shot by Paxson. He's so confident in his abilities as a shooter.
So with Drexler sitting on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. They've got Robinson. Hack is out there with Ainge. Then it's Duckworth. And it's Williams at power forward.
Flushing that one home with flavor and an exclamation point.
And Clark for a point guard to get up that high and finish like that.
You can see the kind of lift he gets when he takes flight. Incredible stuff.
Really strong putback from underneath that time.
Yeah, good luck, right, Clark, when he has the ball in his hand.
Exactly.
They love his determination down there.
And so here's Portland after the Bulls pick up 2. And it's Pack missing. And when you've got a crowd this enthusiastic, Clark, and a player as exciting as Michael Jordan, that is a pretty potent combination.
Combustible is a word that comes to mind. Really a match made in heaven. I mean, MJ feeds off of that energy of the crowd. And when he needs a boost, they give it to him. And vice versa.
Here's Ainge following the basket by Michael Jordan. And it's Pack missing. And Jordan's three-point output has been a huge story once again here tonight.
And that's not usually where he makes his mark. If he continues to pour it in from long range the next few games, the Blazers will have their hands full.
Absolutely. Now Ainge following the three-point attempt by Michael Jordan.
Tons of reach from Livingston. Stuffed the shot there.
High post, Jordan. Robinson on him. Jordan's shot is off. Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
All right, let's go to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The Bulls had a hard road to these finals. They played a tough 7-game series against the Knicks in the second round and then had to play 6 games with Cleveland. The Blazers, on the other hand, cruised through the first 2 rounds before dispatching the Jazz in 6 to reach the finals. We'll see if fatigue becomes a factor as this series plays out. Back to you guys.
Usually is a factor some way. David, thank you for the report. Mike, is there a chance the Bulls begin to wear down at some point in this series?
Let's face it, they're tired. Every starter except Jordan is scoring below his regular season average. But the Bulls are a tough, proven champion. They'll find the energy when they need to.
And it continues to be a battle for Porter against the Chicago Bulls. Clark, he can't get any traction.
Well, Chicago's defense has been a real Rubik's Cube for him. He just can't seem to solve it. The Blazers are going to have to do a little bit more to try to get him some easier looks.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
They're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time defense.
Purdue, he's checked in for the Bulls. King comes in for Livingston. Here's Watley. Pass to Abdelnaby. Shoots over King, and Abdelnaby gets it to go. Abdelnaby's got his first points in this one. The Bulls leading by 23. Hansen the pass to King. Here's Hansen. Back to King. Lets it go from deep. And the Bulls another three.
Well, they have been raining threes here in the second half.
And when a team is locked in like this from outside, they become hard to beat.
Here's Watley. To the paint. Here's Abdelnaby.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, there's a reason it was way off. He got fouled.
Yeah, easy whistle.
First team foul. Shooting for Portland.
And he knocks down the first one. Livingston's checked in for the Bulls.
Line for 2.
Ryan is checked in for the Trailblazers. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Hansen. Pass to Livingston. And he lays it straight in.
Solid pass from King. Excellent job finding and hitting the open man.
So it's Portland now. Here's Watley. And it's good for 2.
Now, that takes a lot of guts going up against a taller defender.
Well, you can't come into the game and count on the fact that your defender is going to be the same size as you. You got to prepare for these situations.
Here's Livingston. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
He was just a bit out of position on the screen. He tried to make up for it, but he got caught.
Always a tricky play to call. But the refs were right on it.
1:21 left to play here in the fourth. Robinson a screen on Jordan. Watley passes to Robinson. Fade away. It's rebounded by Jordan.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Passes it to Hansen. 55 seconds left in the fourth. Here's King. Another three for Chicago.
They've turned it up a notch here during this home stretch.
Yeah, saving their best basketball for when it mattered the most. That's how you secure a win.
Now, here is Ainge. For 3. Offensive rebound, Robinson. Nice touch on the shot from close range.
This is what he brings to your team. The ability to turn misses into makes. Pile up second chance points.
Up top, Jordan. Jordan is doubled. To the wing on the left. Clock at 6. Hands him the pass to Jordan. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Jordan's got 45 points. Here's Watley. He's defended by Jordan. It's tipped. Here's Watley. And with his victory, the Bulls stand just 3 wins away, Mike Fratello, from their second consecutive title.
And it looks like they are determined to make that happen. Michael Jordan's got one finger on the trophy already.
And you know the Chicago crowd will be ready, Clark, for Game 2. This building will be rocking.
No question about it, Kevin. It will be a great atmosphere, but don't count the Blazers out now. There are still 3 games ahead in Portland, and that building has its own set of problems for the opposition.
Well, you've played there. No one should know better than you.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. Great fans, but they're hard on the opponents.
For our reporter, David Aldridge, along with Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you later.